Hey, folks. Our next speaker is my friend Janeen Oliver. And thank you for coming today. Sorry we're a few minutes late. We had some tech issues earlier. So tell us about, Janeen, tell us who you are and your interesting life you have.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. As Cliff mentioned, my name is Janeen Oliver. I'm coming to you from Southern California today. It is nice, bright, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Cliff and I connected through Instagram. My handle there is concrete_diva. So you might be wondering what that's all about. I am third generation concrete professional. Grew up in a line of ready-mix concrete producers, have been around concrete and construction my whole life. Kind of just decided to make a go of it about, 17 years ago now, and sink my heels into it and make it my full-time career. So yeah, that's kind of the little synopsis of how we connected. And what else do you want to know, Cliff?
We're gonna learn a lot more. So you're a concrete professional.
Yes.
And you work for who? Cal Portland?
Yes, my official title is Senior Ready Mix Sales Representative with Catalina Pacific Concrete, which is a division of Cal Portland. So my main role is to sell our product, to sell ready mix concrete to concrete contractors, to customers in the Los Angeles metro market. So concrete contractors have a project they want to build, they need concrete, they reach out to me, we review the specifications, the needs of the job, and we quote them the material. Hopefully we negotiate and win that bid, and then the fun really starts. So in addition to my role in sales, I also choose to take on additional roles in servicing the job, which means boots on the ground the day that we're actually delivering concrete and it's being placed. So for me, that service aspect also turns into a little bit of a quality assurance role, making sure the drivers show up, they have safe ingress and egress to the job site, that everybody's maintaining proper safety protocols, wearing all of their PPE from head to toe, checking with the customer, making sure that we have the correct mix, that it's within specifications, workability for the customer, maintaining production rates, talking back and forth with the pump operator, like I said, the contractor, and also my office, liaising with them back and forth and giving them real-time feedback for what's happening on the day of the pour. So my days vary. This morning I was up at 2:15. We had a 4 a.m. placement inside LAX at the airport. Wrapped up with that, came straight here. I'm actually satelliting at one of our other offices and hopped on a Zoom meeting and got off that one and hopped on this one today. So
I mean, I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun. And so what were they pouring today? Was it the new terminal? What terminal was it?
So we have a couple of projects going on inside LAX. Today was at American Airlines. We're delivering concrete for the 4.5 connector to the automated people mover.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much concrete can be dumped into an airport.
Yeah, we've got, I wrapped up a year-long project with the Delta Skyway at Terminals 2 and 3. We're getting ready to start phase 2 over there. I'm on American right now for the 4.5 connector. When that's done, they'll have 2 other pieces within that terminal. We had a concurrent pour this morning at Terminal 5.5. So I was at 4.5. There's one right on the other side at 5.5 this morning. We're also delivering concrete for a new maintenance hangar for United. A lot of paving of the runways, paving of the, just what they call airside. A lot of airport operations stuff.
It's amazing.
We're very excited to be able to do that.
It's really cool because I don't think a lot of people understand the behind the scenes stuff that goes on. I mean, you post these amazing pictures of of the beginning of the pores, and there's all these guys in the bottom of this pit, and they're like this big, and the pit's like as big as a
Yeah.
football stadium, and they're like there's just stuff going all over the place, and it's just fascinating.
Yeah, today was an upper level deck for that structure. Tomorrow, let's see, Thursday I'll be on one that was 3 levels, I think, below grade, and now it'll be at grade. The one I'm going to on Thursday up in West LA. So yeah, cool stuff happening.
Hey, a couple things. You mentioned in your bio that you had you lost a bunch of weight a few years ago, and
I did.
what was the transformation that you kind of realized about yourself that needed to happen?
Well, a couple things. Family history. Type 2 diabetes runs in my family on my father's side. I've had a couple of family members unfortunately pass from complications due to type 2 diabetes. I myself was very obese for a number of years. I was suffering from migraines a couple times a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to figure out what it was and get to the bottom of it. So I started down the gut health path and found some products that really worked for me, really tackled gut health solely first and foremost. And I know your previous guest was talking about CBD. That is something that I use on the regular as well. And that definitely helps with a lot of different aspects with generalized inflammation. When I do have a migraine, taking an additional dose of CBD helps me as well. But making those lifestyle changes was huge. Not only did I lose weight, but I got my energy back. I got my focus back. I got my confidence back. A lot of people will tell you I'm a very different person now than I was 3-4 years ago. Much more just confident overall. And I can get up and do these, 2 a.m. starts and work a full day and get up and do.
You're jazzed by it, aren't you?
What's that?
You're jazzed by it. I can just see it in your face. You're jazzed.
I love it. I love what I do.
Yeah. So that's an amazing story of change, and one that I'm sure that my audience is absolutely clamoring for. The other issue is you're a woman in a male-dominated industry. Tell me about that and how you've been doing this for 17 years and you grew up in it. So I mean, it's an amazing journey. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. So being a woman in a male-dominated industry, you stand out, whether you want to or not. Our latest statistics are that women are less than 10% of the construction workforce, and that does include everyone in administrative roles inside the office. If you want to pare it down even further, the number of the women that you see directly in trades or basically outside the office is down to about 3%. So I'm usually one of the only, if one of very few females on a job site at any given time. Like I said, you can't help but stand out. People are going to notice you, good, bad, or otherwise, whatever that may be. Make of it what you want. There is a stigma attached to being a woman in a male-dominated field. There still are some out there who feel that we shouldn't be out there, that we don't belong out there, that women shouldn't take on those roles, whether it's because we're distracting, whether it's because they feel that we're unsafe, that we lack the strength capability to do whatever the job is. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I think every woman understands her own limitations. She understands what she can and can't do, and she's not going to put herself into a compromising situation that's going to be unsafe for her in any way. But the bullying continues. Just this morning, I was talking to a colleague of mine who had interviewed a female equipment operator for a podcast and blog interview. And since it came out, that female operator has been bullied so much to the extent that she has asked that the podcast interview, the blog post be removed. And she's completely wiped herself off of social media because bullying was so fierce that she felt attacked so much so that for her mental and emotional health, she just had to withdraw, shut down, and take a step back. And That's not okay.
It's
Bullying
not
is never okay. I would rather see, someone celebrated for their accomplishments, celebrated for the things that they can do. Again, for me as a female in concrete, I'm a salesperson. I get a lot of flack online for being just a salesperson. I don't care. I let it roll off my back. I know what I know. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I bring to the table. I have customers who request that I'm on site because they want the oversight. They want something that I bring to the process. They want my presence. They want me around. And that means that I'm doing what I need to. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the effort. I'm constantly open to learning new things.
You're
And
an expert.
I'm a big part of it.
You're a freaking expert.
I try to be, but there are people who are way smarter than me and who know more than I know. And I'll admit that first, right away, that I don't know everything. You know something I don't know, teach me. I want to know more. I want to understand more.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is important for, and it would sadden me that a young female would get into an industry and have to expect this. What are you doing to fix this?
Well, and again, statistically, most women who do join the construction industry in some way, shape, or form, about within 10 years, most of them exit the industry and very few come back, whether that be due to pay gap, family obligations, not feeling like they fit in, feeling that there's no opportunity for advancement. And so I and a group of another group of women who we all connected with on Instagram through a hashtag, last year we kind of came together for a weekend and a new initiative was born called Crew Collaborative. So it's morphed a little bit from what it was last year. We officially incorporated at the end of December to a 501c3. We have a board currently of 18 people. It is 11 men and 7 women with a founding director. And our main goal, our main focus is workforce development by way of opening up and having those tough conversations about what it means to bring a woman into construction. How can we bridge that gap? How can we bust those stereotypes? What can we do to get buy-in from the 97% dominated field, from the 90% male domination? How can we work together as a collaborative effort? We keep talking about there's this huge skills gap. There's this huge labor shortage. And if women are 50% of the population, women are 50% of your problem solving. So many don't want to come into the industry because of examples like I talked about earlier of being bullied to the point where they withdraw and just want to vanish. And again, with leaving the industry, I mean, can you imagine having someone who's at the top of their game and just walk away just because? And you have to backfill that. And that's another person that you have to train and get their expertise. And there's holes.
Just think of the dreams and wishes that these people have shattered by the pressure. It's horrible. And I guess part of it, I mean, the bigger issues you were talking about, pay and working conditions and stuff like that. It's almost as if all these industries need to have a completely different way of labor relations in general. I mean, it may benefit everybody if there was some kind of change in that. And I'm just like you. I'm in an industry that has about 3 to 5% female participants.
Yeah.
It's and ours is I'm a pilot. I'm an airline pilot, and to get any kind of traction with women to join the aviation field is really difficult. And it's not that difficult of a job. Yeah. And in the end, once you learn it, it's great, and the lifestyle is actually pretty conducive to family life. And but it's hard to get that, bridge that gap. We're in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just don't have the bullying because none of us will put up with it. So,
well, that's good. We should take a lesson from you.
Well, and you know, everybody gives everybody crap, so it's all even. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just in a kind way. But
we also want to make trades cool again. There's a lot of money to be made in construction, and people don't realize that.
I mean, what do some of these guys get paid that are down there working? Some of the electricians.
Oh yeah, some of them are 6 figures. You're plumber, your electrician, your project managers. I mean, you can go from being a VDC, designing things on your computer. You don't have to be out there working with your hands to be working in construction.
Right.
You can be an architect, an engineer. There's so much. There's so many different opportunities in construction. We want to show that it's not this antiquated club over the head thing, but at the same time, that does still exist a little bit. So we need to address it.
Well, and the thing is that my experience is that the more you get down that path of getting more women into the industry, it will mellow itself out. It's just the pioneering ones like you take the hit first.
Yeah.
And you have the strength of character to be able to get through it. I'm sorry you have to go through that, but it's
honestly, it's made me stronger. It's made me more resilient. So.
And guess what it's done? It's created this opportunity to create the Clue Collaborative, which I think is so cool. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited about joining you in supporting that moving forward, because it's literally the kind of stuff I do in my own industry, and you're doing it in your industry. So
yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, for something to come together, like I said, it's literally a hashtag that brought this group of us together. It was about, I don't know, 15 of us, and we all kind of had a little chat group going on the side, and somebody said, hey, I'm going to be in this area. Aren't there a couple of you around? And we all went, well, I want to go. That's not cool. It's like the 3 of you can get together and I can't come.
Yeah. And it's amazing how just a small thing like that can turn into a big deal.
I mean, we sat down and we just put it all on the table of, what are you up against on a daily basis? How many of you are moms? What is it like to have to deal with childcare obligations? What is it like to have to deal with just societal expectations of being a female, a wife, and a mother? How does that fit into your work schedule? What are the barriers that you're up against? Just the wide range of it, and sitting down and talking about all of that together. And, we've got salespeople, we have marketing, we had people who are presidents and owners of their own companies. We have equipment operators. It's just a wide range of women that sat down first to kind of do this from different facets of the industry. And then we started talking about, we can't do this as women alone. We can't be a women only organization. There are those, and they're great. And they've been around, and they were born at a time when it was necessary. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to get anything done if we don't talk to that 90% domination.
You have to build the community.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. You have to build the community. You have to build the community out of trust and collaboration. I mean, that's what he's doing. And you found a group of guys to join with your group of ladies and make it happen. And they're all you guys share a vision.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've got, people who work in home building, skilled trades, again, more operators, business development, marketing, photography, people who build websites, and they're coming along for the ride. We have major equipment manufacturers who are reaching out to us and saying, we like what we're hearing. We want to do more.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting for us. Think like, man, we could really make a difference with this little itty bitty, idea.
The seed turns into a tree, right?
Yeah, that little seed, like you said, you plant some roots and the sky's the limit. So it's really exciting. Yeah.
So what are some of the other fun things you're doing? I know you have you're a brand ambassador. What does that mean? And who's
I am.
why are you inspired?
So through my posting on Instagram, I did have a safety supply company reach out to me and say, hey, would you be interested in talking to us? And I said, absolutely. So one of the things that I noticed, especially when I was heavier, was the lack of proper fitting safety equipment, safety attire for women. Again, we're talking about a 90% dominated male industry.
Mhm.
So having a niche for females it's really hard to find. First of all, personal protective equipment that is made specifically for a woman, her body, her physique, her form, and her needs. This particular, like I said, safety supply company, so they work with a lot of different brands. And they said, hey, would you be willing? We'll send you a box every couple of months, test out the products, give us your feedback. We'll give it to the manufacturer. If there's something we send you that you don't think you're going to wear or that doesn't work for you, we ask that you pass it along to someone you work with and have them do the same. And so in doing so, that's really provided another opportunity to kind of go down that path and help create the safety niche for women. Again, finding safety items that are specifically tailored to us. You're not wearing something that's 3 sizes too big. You're not wearing something that is big and bulky up here at the shoulders, but is hugging you around the hips. And or even so, finding maternity wear. There are women who are pregnant who are still working,
Yeah.
who still need to go on site and wear their high visibility and their safety attire, and finding maternity wear is near impossible. So again, talking to some of those brands of the manufacturers themselves. And I know you had Safety Girl on here today as well. I'm sure that she's, had to do that as well.
Yeah.
Kind of, and find those products.
Yeah, it was an interesting call. We're going to have some more talking with her, but it's interesting how they have to develop them. I mean, because they don't exist, they have to develop them. They have to spend the effort to do the research and development. Is high vis just women's clothing, or is it everybody?
No, high vis supply is a full catalog, and they from a lot of different manufacturers. So some of the top ones that we know, like Kishigo and GSS, Radians, Tough Duck. So yeah, they pull from a lot of the different manufacturers, and it's mainly safety attire, but they also do gloves, hard hats, safety glasses. And so, yeah, it's been good so far. I hope that they're happy with, what I'm putting out there. They've provided some really great stuff that I've come to actually love. Out pretty soon. That's coming really handy for those cold. You don't think it could be cold here in Southern California at LAX, but it gets really cold overnight on the tarmac.
What product is that?
What's that?
Electric vest or something like that?
It's a quilted jacket, actually. So yeah, it's been really good. It's quilted, insulated, and it's still, class 3, high visibility. So there's also different specification levels that you need depending on what type of work that you're doing. So as you can see, I've got right behind me here, that's one of my sweatshirts, black on bottom with the safety high visibility stripe and the yellow. Yes, Tools and Tiaras is an awesome group. I see that coming up in the chat here. That's an awesome resource and a great little organization that she has going. Judalyn Cassidy is awesome.
Yeah, so, I whenever I see, and it sounds, and I'm always mentioning your group to other, and a lot of times, oh yeah, we know Janeen.
Well, that's good.
That's good. That's this is the perfect time to build the community. Hey, is there any other safety products that you're jazzed about right now?
Well, ever since I started working at LAX, I really love wearing my O2Armor.
Why is that?
Why is that? It was sometime last year, I think first. here in Southern California, we do have a lot of oil refineries. And I had been working with a contractor who was doing a lot of, we'll call them refurbishments, some tank bottoms that they were pouring concrete at. And they had me come and kind of do my service and QC aspect. And being in there and realizing the fumes, I thought, this can't be healthy. Here I am wearing, this H2S monitor. I'm wearing flame retardant coveralls, and in addition to all my other PPE, but I'm still am getting these fumes. This can't be good for me. This can't be healthy. And this was pre-COVID, pre-mask. And I thought there's got to be something that I can do. And I came across your product and I thought, well, that's interesting. That's really intriguing. It's not some big bulky respirator. It's something that's, pretty inconspicuous, and maybe I'll give that a try. I haven't had a lot more inside refineries over the past year, but I've been at LAX for a year. And we're literally, we're at the terminals. We're at active terminals. We have jet engines being, pushed back.
Yeah.
Literally next door to where we're working. And I have the diesel exhaust from the concrete pump. Our trucks, our ready mix trucks now are CNG fueled. So the emissions are much lower. But again, you're inhaling all this particulate, all these fumes, and
there's always nuisance dust, like
there's dust. You talk about a construction site, there's dust, there's metal shavings, there's actual dirt, there's wood shavings, right. And then too, I work in concrete. That's silica. Silicosis is a real thing with my part of the industry, and knowing that I'm providing myself that extra level of protection, especially for my lungs, makes me feel safer and more confident every day.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful that I came across your product.
Well, we're thinking you're trying it, and
yeah,
you're finding it useful. Hey, we got a comment from somebody. I was a ship's captain for 17 years. Understand the struggle you guys are facing. So Kate Jackson said that. So that's pretty interesting. So it's like,
is that Captain Kate? Did she tune in? Captain Kate's pretty awesome.
Oh, I don't. Is she on Instagram?
Yeah.
Send me your link. On Instagram. That'll be fun. Hey, we're a few minutes from the end, Janeen.
Yeah.
Did I just come up with an offer at all, or maybe?
No, unfortunately, they did not. I think we've all been pretty scattered on. Hey, unfortunately, no. They do, however, they do have a really awesome end of season closeout sale right now. So if anybody is looking for winter gear, I would say take a look at High-Vis Supply for that. If anybody is interested in, I know I just barely touched on it, some of the gut health aspect. I do have, if they go to my Instagram page, concrete_diva. And if they were to follow the link on there for my link tree, all the things that I love are listed in there. O2Armor, High-Vis Supply, Plexus, which is the gut health product line I take, Young Living essential oils, I have that in there as well. And even Zaya Active, where I try to stay as fit and healthy as I can, work out, with a trainer, and do yoga, try and fit it in my busy schedule, because as we know, wellness is at the core of everything. So if anybody's interested in any of that and you want to find me on Instagram, it's concrete_diva. Take a peek at the link tree. If you have any questions, feel free to just drop a note in my direct messages. They're always open.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was really great talking to you, and we'll be chatting again soon. About all sorts of things, and I really appreciate you joining us today. And it made it easy to thank B. Jackson for switching with you. So
yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Hey, we'll talk to you later, Janeen.
All right. Thank you, Cliff.
Patty in for the last speaker, and then go to Q&A. So you want to come back for the Q&A, you can sign back in for that.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, talk to you later.